Good morning, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Morning. So how was your week, all of you? It was good?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So you had schools online or were you going to school, physical school?
Online.
All online. Okay, all online. So here we are again online. In a way, it is good also, but in a way, yes, physical school is definitely better. And I just hope that the things are again, opening up and you get to go to school because you lose out on that interaction with you, which you can have sitting in your classroom with your friends. It may be a debate, it may be a show and tell, it may be anything, right? But yes, as far as this class is concerned, this meeting is concerned, it is going to be online because we are so all far away from each other. Right. So how many of you got to read or maybe finish that book, the one that we were discussing last time? Because today we'll finish that book and from next Sunday we'll start with another because it was pretty easy. So if you have all finished, whosoever was reading, like I said, it is not compulsory to read the same book that we are discussing here. You may go ahead with another one, that is fine. But I would suggest that you take it from a library. So whosoever was reading, if you were able to finish, please give me a thumbs up sign. All right, just a sec, just a sec. Yeah. So all right. So who all are there? Let me just see the names. So we have Charvi, Prakshi, Aditya, Arushima, Jimmy, Manju, and Parnika. All right. So I guess Prakshi and Charvi, your hands seem to be raised. So you have, ma'am, I got it last Saturday and I have finished it on that day only. Yes, Parnika, I remember that. But I would say you finished the book. That is great. But we, in last session, I'm not sure if you were there, but we discussed. Thanks, Aditya, that you have read it too. In the last session, we discussed a couple of words and meanings and similar words from the same book. I'm not sure if you were there, Prakshi, in the last session. And today also we'll be taking up certain words. We'll be also discussing the last time what we did. I had asked you to make certain sentences, a few sentences on different words.
मैम मेरे पास मैजिक फिंगर होल बुक नहीं है.
कोई बात नहीं, हम वैसे ही उसकी स्टोरी जो है डिस्कस कर लेंगे, राइट? राइट, सो आई गेस इतने ही हम होंगे, सो वी कैन गो अहेड, राइट? Whosoever has read it, like Parnika, you said you have read it, so can you summarize half of the story? Let's say till the time they all changed to ducks, वहां तक, in let's say 10 to 12 sentences. Can you summarize it? Can you share it, that only that much of portion with your friends?
Yes, ma'am. So first, the girl introduced Mrs. Greg, Mr. Greg, Phil Greg, and Ram Greg.
All right. The thing is that you have to go really brief, very precise, so that you can sum it up in, let's say, 10 to 12 sentences, not more than that. Okay, so bear that in mind. So the thing is, we are trying to practice our speaking skills also here. You do not go into too much of detail. So you just say the story in minimum words, 10 to 12 sentences. All right. So let us see if we can put it all that briefly. Okay. Because it is almost a 60-page book. We are not going to be repeating the 25 pages right now, line by line. No, we are not going to do that. Okay. अपन हम ये भी देखेंगे कि हमारे स्पीकिंग स्किल्स क्या वैसे हैं या हम उतने डिटेल के बिना बता ही नहीं सकते स्टोरी, क्या हम शॉर्ट में भी बता सकते हैं, एंड putting all the relevant details in and taking out what is not relevant. Let's say for example the details like she's 8-year-old, या उसके जो neighbors के जो दोनों sons हैं William and Philip, they are maybe 8 or 10 years old. That detail is not relevant. You can simply say that they are all same aged kids just like us. So we have cut down from 3 sentences to 2, while at the same time we are also giving the right description, right? So you don't lose out on the important details, you include the relevant details and you filter out what is not relevant or which can be left out, because we are only summarizing. So here हमारे summarize करने के जो skills हैं वो भी हमको apply करने. So the whole purpose of reading a book is not just reading a book or finishing it. उससे बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा ऑब्जेक्टिव है. समराइज करना आना चाहिए, वोकैबुलरी आ जानी चाहिए, उसमें अगर इडियम्स एंड फ्रेजेस कुछ आए हैं तो वो हमें पता चलने चाहिए जो हम कर रहे हैं. And writing, we may come to writing a little later because we are more, so if you all start writing and sending, we can do that maybe from the next or next to next book. Okay, so currently, yes, go ahead now. So everybody has to listen very carefully. Whosoever has read it, पढ़ा है book, नहीं पढ़ा उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. We have to listen very carefully because I might pick up something from what she is saying and I might ask. You might also ask me. Okay. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So ma'am, they were all in the same age. Once on every Saturday evenings, Mr. Greg and Philip Lamb went hunting, and the little girl could not just stand it. Then she felt her tip of the index finger tingling most terribly, and she put the magic finger on all. She even put it on Mrs. Gregg, who wasn't present there. And then she said, I'll never put the magic finger again. After the incident of Mrs. Winter. When in the classroom, when Mrs. Winter was one day teaching, she said, stand up, little girl, and spell cat. Little girl said, that's easy, and K-A-T, cat. Then Mrs. Winter said, you are a stupid little girl. Then the girl said, I'm a very nice little girl. And then she put the magic finger on her and she became a cat only, with whiskers glowing and a long bushy tail. One day, the little girl saw Philip Lamb on a Saturday evening that they got a beautiful deer after hunting. And the next evening, she found them shooting wild ducks. They shot 16 ducks and they saw 4 more ducks. Four ducks. Their guns were rolling, bang, 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 but they couldn't shoot them. Then in the night, Mr. Greg came out to collect firewood, and he saw 4 wild ducks there.
Flying around above the house.
Yes.
Where did you see them? So when you describe that he saw 4 more ducks or he saw more ducks, so where? Were they walking around? Were they walking about in the garden or in the backyard, or were they sitting on the tree, or were they flying? So why do you need to add the details that he saw a couple of ducks hovering or flying in circles above the house, so that whosoever is listening, they can actually see that, okay, the ducks are flying above the house. Okay, which is why we need to add that he saw. Yes, he saw, but where and doing what? Yeah, go ahead.
So he saw the ducks flying around his house and he was very scared and he just threw the heap of the firewood and went rushed inside and then went to sleep.
Because
Then
it was a bit scary sight for him. That was a bit, you can say, a little scary, a little frightening, and a little awkward also, because you don't see ducks flying around in circles above a particular house, that too during the night time. During the day, it may be fine, which is what scared him a little, and he threw those firewoods. Yes, good, and he went inside. And then what happened?
what happened? He went inside and then he slept. In the morning, the miracle of his life, when he jumped out of his bed, he put out his hand for his watch for the time. When the hand would not come, he said, "What? That's funny." He tried another hand, but it didn't move. Then he shouted as he got duck's wings, and that woke up
Shouted,
his
sorry, he shouted.
He shouted as he got duck's wings, and that woke up Mrs. Gregg. Mrs. Gregg also screamed as she saw her little husband with duck's wings. He was big as a chair, but he is now like a ant.
Not an ant, he is very little in size as compared to what he was, and he had wings instead of hands, and feet, webbed feet, just like a duck, instead of proper legs. And she yelled out of surprise, and she got startled. Yes, next. Again.
Then it was Mrs. Gregg's turn to jump out of the bed. When she jumped out, she looked herself in the glass that was there, but she couldn't reach the glass. She was more tiny than Mr. Gregg. She saw that she had webbed feet also, and she also got duck's
Yes, the same.
wings.
And she was also much smaller in size. Yes.
Then Philip and William burst in their room. Philip chirped, Mama, William, and I have got duck's wings. We can fly." Mrs. Gregg then said, come down, you naughty boys." Then they just flew out of the window.
Because they were enjoying flying. Yes. So the
And
whole
then
family, yes.
they were enjoying, and then it was Mr. Gregg. Mr. Gregg flapped his wings very hard and he too went up in the sky. Mrs. Gregg did the same too, and then she said, I'm falling down, I'll fall down." Then Mr. Gregg said, "No, don't you shout. We just need to land on a tree or a wall and then we will be safe." And then they saw, they below saw that the 4 wild ducks were as beastly as they were, big as men, long arms like men, and proper feet. They went inside and slammed the door and all the windows.
All right. सबको स्टोरी का थोड़ा सा जिस्ट मिल गया कि क्या हुआ है, so that we can move ahead. Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
And even those all of you who do not have this book, आपको स्टोरी समझ में आ रही है? How has it moved on? Okay. So अभी तक यही हुआ है that all of them, the Gregg family has become a duck family. All of them have become ducks. Basically, what was the reason? Because of the magic finger. One thing that you somehow missed out on mentioning, Parnika, I'm sorry if I'm saying the wrong name, Parnika or Prakshi, whoever just narrated the story, that whenever she, the girl, got furious or cross, only then this magic finger worked. Okay, whatever made her angry or whosoever made her angry, and whenever she was very furious, when she was cross, तभी ऐसा होता था. All right. And the best example that you gave, yes, you narrated very beautifully that Mrs. Winter was the one who changed to cat because she got angry in the class. She was a little annoyed that why the teacher would call her a stupid girl. The teacher could have simply corrected her. Okay, this is how it is spelled. Okay. Now the whole finger has whole this not finger whole family has become a duck family. Okay, so those who do not have the books. Okay, आप ये सोचो कि अभी next क्या हुआ होगा? What happens next? What do you think will happen next? They have all become ducks and they just all flew out of the room, all four of them.
I think that the Craig family would live on the nest.
No, you have the book?
No, ma'am.
Okay, they probably live in a nest. Okay. What else? do you think? Anyone else? Arushima, would you like to say something? What do you think happens next? Or Prakshi?
Ma'am, I have not book. That's why I can't say.
No problem. Even if you don't have the book, you try and think क्या next क्या हुआ होगा? वो सब तो ducks बन गए. आप लिख रहे होते book. Suppose if you were writing the book, what do you think next क्या हुआ होता? Can't think?
Ma'am,
हाँ.
ma'am, I think that birds cross their hands and legs.
Birds? Sorry, birds?
Ma'am, birds got hands and legs, I think, as
As
Craig
they got the
family.
wings. Okay, so they got the wings and yes, they got their hands and legs and they become much bigger in size. Yes, that is what exactly happens next in the story, that the duck family is the Greg family has now become ducks as small in size and with all the wings except for the face. The hands की जगह में उनको wings आ गए and feet की जगह में उनके duck feet हो गए and they are able to fly, and the whole family of ducks of four, they actually moved inside the Greg's family home and now they are living there. One of the ducks is cooking food, the other of the ducks is playing with the toys of William and Philip, and one of the other ducks is busy cleaning the guns, taking care of the bullets.
Ma'am, one is sleeping on William's bed.
Yes, one is sleeping in William's bed, and William and Philip and Mr. and Mrs. Greg, they are horrified at this fact that the whole, yes, that's a picture, that they are really horrified and they are really frightened by this fact that the whole duck family has moved into their house and perhaps they will never get their house back. Now they are worried that what are they going to eat, where are they going to sleep, if ever they will get their house back, and perhaps because they are small ducks now, and the two boys who are now ducklings, basically baby of ducks are called ducklings, so they might be eaten up by cats or foxes or any other animal जो इनको खा जाते हैं, इनका शिकार हो सकता है, so they are really scared. Okay,
Ma'am, they
any
have
other?
to eat slugs and worms.
Sorry.
And they have to eat slugs and worms.
But do you think they liked eating it?
No, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am,
So
they
what
went to
their
an
mom
apple
said?
tree.
So what their mom told them that I will make slug burgers,
Slug burgers and worm burgers.
worm burgers, and you will not know. I will chop them so fine. I will mix them well with other sauces and everything that you will not even know that you are eating worms, because that is what ducks eat. They eat worms and other creatures. छोटे छोटे कीड़े मकोड़े या worms वगैरह वो खाते हैं. So but William and Philip, they are just not prepared that I cannot eat worms. भले ही वो worm burgers हो, slug burgers हो. So what did Mr. Greg suggest? Any other person other than Parnika who has read the book? What did father suggest? That what should they eat?
Ma'am, Shridha was there, but she didn't join today.
Yeah, I don't see her here today. Maybe she has not joined today for some reason. That's okay. Any other person who has read? No
Ma'am,
problem.
Ma'am, I don't have the book. Ma'am,
Yeah. All right, no problem.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I don't have the book, but I think that they can eat some fruits.
Okay, some fruits. That is what father suggested, that let's eat some apple, but with small beaks and no hands. It was very difficult for them to eat apple. So you all try also to eat apple without using your hands. Uncut.
And it slides away.
Sorry?
It slides
It slides
away.
away. Every time they try to chew it, they try to take a bite because their beaks are very small. Their face is very small and apple is much too big for them. So it will slide away. So you also try doing that. All right. So that happens, after which somehow they built a nest. They put the nest on top of the tree. However, it was a very windy, stormy night. Okay. And दो words खास मुझे discuss करने थे, which I thought you might have also found. Page number 36 पर है, trees rocked from side to side. We have all seen very heavy winds sometimes. हाँ, हर शहर में तूफान टाइप का या आंधी जैसी चलती है कभी कभी, maybe sometimes in summers, maybe during rainy season. So you see the trees moving like this. You all do. So it says that the trees rocked from side to side. Now, what do you think rocked here means? Anyone? The sentence says that during the night, because it was very stormy, it was extremely windy, the wind, very strong winds were blowing, and the trees rocked from side to side. आपको क्या लगता है इसका क्या मीनिंग होगा? Why? What does rock mean? The authors could have simply said that trees were moving from side to side. Yes, Arushima or Charlie, anyone or Prakshi?
Don't know.
Okay. एक तो वो भी हो सकता है where the author could have simply said that the trees were moving from side to side. Now, rocked from side to side meaning झटके से एकदम shaky way में, because of the force of wind, trees बहुत जल्दी जल्दी ऐसे में उखड़ भी जाते हैं कई बार ये trees. So why we are focusing on this word rocked? Because it shows the intensity, that how strong the winds were. All right. Now, not always the winds are so strong that the trees would rock from side to side. They might even just slightly move. तो उसके लिए एक और word है. Any guesses? There is a bit milder word for that. जब पेड़ खाली झूम रहे हैं हल्के हल्के, उसको हम क्या कहेंगे? There is another word for that, and that is sway. S-W-A-Y. So trees swayed from side to side. Anything that is moving gently from one to another side, we call it sway. Okay, so if the wind is gentle, if it is not very strong, and if you want to describe that the trees or anything was moving side to side, so you would say the trees swayed from side to side. Trees swayed side to side. Okay, that's how you can say. Okay, there is another word that comes a little later in the story. जिसमें आता है when they tried to build a nest. They did build a nest, very nice nest, using sticks and feathers and grass blades and leaves. However, the night was very stormy. It was raining also. There was very strong winds, and they were all soaked. They were all soaked wet because of the rain. In the morning, when everything was settled down, the storm was gone, the rains were gone, it was slightly sunny, slightly cloudy, they peeped out of the nest. What do you think peep out का क्या मतलब होता है?
झाँकना.
Peeped out of the window. She peeped through the door. She peeped out of the balcony. Not exactly balcony, but a window. मतलब किसी भी जगह से ऐसे झांक के देखना. Okay, that is peep out, and that is how it is used. So Mrs. Gregg, who is now a small duck, she peeped out of the nest and she noticed that there are those enormous big ducks, 3 of them holding the same guns which Mr. Gregg and his sons used to shoot down the other ducks the day before. And she was shocked that they were all pointing the guns towards the duck family, the Gregg family rather, and about to shoot. But somehow they convinced the ducks that never ever we will shoot any ducks or any animals for that reason, and we will throw away these guns and we will not shoot down anyone. Now we realize that how inhumane it is and how wrong it is to shoot down animals, and वो promise करते हैं that we will not do so in future anytime. And then things are back again to normal, that they become what they were, and ducks again become ducks, and they are back in their house. Now this girl, whose magic finger, out of anger, she did all that. I mean, she did not do all that on purpose, but it so happened. So she calls up at their house. वो फोन करके देखती है कि चलो मेरे फ्रेंड्स विलियम फिलिप ये लोग कैसे हैं, हाउ डिड द शूटिंग गो एंड व्हाट ऑल हैपेंड एंड व्हाट नॉट. She calls up, and one of the ducks, she had picked up the phone, and the duck kept on saying quack 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 over phone, and she couldn't understand that something has gone terribly wrong. She had called the night before, जब वो रात में सब तूफान आ रहा था. So in the morning she decides to pay them a visit and see what happens. So when she visits, by that time they had become again proper, again they were back to normal. इसमें एक sentence आता है that was a very queer sight to see. Queer. Queer sight. What do you think it would mean? That was a very queer sight to see that she saw. जैसे वो उनके घर पे पहुंची और मेन गेट पे थी, तो मेन गेट
unusual sight.
Unusual or strange or awkward or extremely unexpected, totally unexpected, या कह सकते हैं कि बड़ा अजीब सा, कि तो ऐसा मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था. तो उसे कुछ दिखा, क्या दिखा, that we will discuss. That maybe Parinika can describe. What did she see? What was so queer about that?
Ma'am, she saw that Mr. Gregg was smashing the guns with a big hammer. All the three guns with a big hammer. Mrs. Gregg was putting beautiful flowers among 16 mounds of little sand.
Okay.
That the girl learned later were the graves of the 16 ducks.
Okay.
And Philip and William were in the backyard of the house with their father's best barley, and they were sprinkling all the barley in the handfuls.
Yes, sprinkling.
And they were
discuss it. Okay, and what else?
And all types of birds, larks, robins, pigeons, doves were surrounded them, and many other that she didn't know.
All right.
They were eating the barley.
All right. Now there are three things. Okay. When this little girl reached their house, she was about to open the gate. She probably opened the gate and was entering their front yard. जो अपन जैसे अपने घर के आगे lawn या वो नहीं होता है, वो वहाँ से just आने ही लगी थी. And what she saw was totally unexpected. She usually knew that, okay, they must be cleaning their guns, or they must be roasting the ducks that they had killed a day before. वो ducks को roast करेंगे या उसे खा रहे होंगे, या कुछ ऐसा कर रहे होंगे, maybe planning for another week's hunting expedition कि अब next week हम फलानी जगह जाएंगे and we would kill a couple of deers and so and so. So what she saw was totally unexpected. What did she see? First of all, she saw Mr. Gregg, that he was smashing all the three guns. Smashing ने कूट के उसको तोड़ रहे थे, because that is what he had promised to the ducks, that I will break those guns into small tiny bits and pieces, and I will never use them again. Okay, तो वो कर रहे थे. This was because they loved guns, and the girl knew that Mr. Gregg and the two sons, they loved using the guns, and this was totally unexpected कि वो तोड़ रहे होंगे उसे. Secondly, she saw Mrs. Gregg was putting flowers on 16 heaps of आप कह सकते हो
Ma'am, they were tiny mounds.
Mud piles पे वो जो है flowers रख रही थी, which were actually the places where they had buried the 16 ducks whom they had killed a day before. And the two boys, William and Philip, Parinika used a good word, that they were sprinkling, but sprinkling ना कहकर हम उसे कहेंगे they were स्कैटरिंग, अपन जो बर्ड्स को वो बाजरा वगैरह कुछ खिला रहे होते हैं, आपने भी हो सकता है कभी खिलाया हो, हम क्या करते हैं या तो वो रख देते हैं in some bowl or something so that they can come and feed, or you might have seen in movies or somewhere that you just, so उसको हम कहते हैं scatter. They were scattering those barley that they had grown, या जो भी जो bird food रहता है, they were scattering it, and many of the birds, लार्क्स है, रॉबिन्स है, बहुत सारे वहाँ पे नाम लिखे हैं अलग अलग टाइप के जो वहाँ पे अवेलेबल होती है, दे वर फीडिंग ऑन इट. एंड मिस्टर ग्रेग टोल्ड कि मैंने अपना नाम, अपना सरनेम ना ग्रेग से बदल के मिस्टर एग रख लिया है, मिस्टर एग. एंड हियर ही सेज in the honor of my feathered friends. Why do you think feathered friends? He said, I'll repeat what he has said, not the exact words, but whatever I can remember.
I can do that.
Okay. I know you know that, but let somebody else also try. He says that I have changed my surname from Greg to Egg. Okay, in the honor of my feathered friends. Why would he say feathered friends? What do you think it highlights? Anyone, please raise your hand. Yeah, Manju.
Ma'am, I think that in the honor of the feather friends, as he has said this because the ducks are full of feathers.
Yes, absolutely. Now see, वो simply ये भी लिख सकता था. Author जो लिख रहा है उसकी beauty को आप देखो. Feathered friends, birds के लिए feathered friends. Now कोई मान लो bear होता, suppose उसकी जगह bear family होती, right? Brown bear, तो वो क्या कह देते? Furry friend, because they have lots of thick fur on their bodies, right? अगर मान लो कोई और फैमिली, पता इस तरीके से बेसिकली वो हाईलाइट कर रहे हैं their quality, their physical characteristic of that creature, which is why the author has specially used this word, beautiful word, feathered friends. Okay, तो simply लिख सकते थे my duck friends, but instead of that use feathered friends, meaning not just ducks but other beautiful birds as well, because they used to love to hunt them down. So in the honor of their feathered friends. So whenever you are also describing, आपको डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग आता होगा स्कूल में, या स्टोरी राइटिंग आता होगा, कोई छोटा सा पैसेज लिखना है या 4 लाइन का आंसर ही लिखना है 5 सेंटेंसेस का, if it allows, if the context allows you to use these words, then please go ahead and use he scattered barley for his feathered friends instead of he scattered barley for birds. उसकी जगह feathered friends. It adds beauty to your writing, to your speech. Okay, तो एक ये था, quiver sight we have discussed, weight we have discussed, feather friends we have discussed, and that is how the story ends, that the girl is also surprised, and आखिर में ये दिखता है कि there is some other family who are they again hear some gunshots and guns and saying that perhaps that other family, the Cooper family, I guess, they are going to spend the night in the nest. Okay, that is how it ends.
And Mr. Egg told proudly that I built the nest all by myself. That was up in the tree.
Yes, he says proudly because it's a great you can say achievement. आप भी कुछ अपने हाथ से कोई चीज बनाते हो, भले वो ड्राइंग हो, कोई स्केच हो, or something using blocks, anything. Aren't you proud of it? You are. Oh, this is something I made. You proudly show it to your mama and papa and friends that this is something I made with my hands. It gives us immense pleasure and we are proud of something we created, we made. That is what he also, he was proud of his creation. And in fact, one of the ducks also, you can say, appreciates him that for the first attempt, because पहली बार ही बनाया था ना उसने तो वो nest. So one of the ducks also appreciates him, saying that yes, for the first attempt, it is a very good made. It is a very good build that you made.
And there is a chapter of Matilda also.
Yes, I saw that. Okay, so this one book is done. Some 10 to 15 new words we learned, including the last class और आज के इसमें छोटे-छोटे कुछ. Okay, no problem, Juhi, no problem. Juhi is saying that she is having some network issues, so she got disconnected, which is fine. तो ये book हमारी यही finish होती है. I would suggest that we go with one book that Aditya suggested, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Though I do not have that book, I will try to catch hold of that book from somewhere. Maybe if soft copy is available, or if I can get it online, I will try for that. तो एक तो वो भी book हम पढ़ेंगे because Aditya has suggested and it is also a good book. Okay.
Ma'am, which one?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, वो इस तरीके की story नहीं है, ठीक है? It is slightly different. नॉन फिक्शन है. ओके, तो नॉन फिक्शन थोड़ा पढ़ने में.
My father get it in the gift.
सॉरी, यू हैव इट?
Yes, I have it, and my father get it in the gift.
ऑलराइट, तो मुझे तो अभी खरीदनी पड़ेगी या कहीं से मैं खोज के लाऊंगी. So let us see. So that is one book we are going to cover. Let's say from next Sunday. If possible, please try and get it. Otherwise, in a story-like fashion, just like we discussed this one, we'll discuss that also. More importantly, we'll find out good words, phrases, और इसी तरीके के और meanings हम उसमें से निकालेंगे. Next class, we'll also try to have more something which you have read. You tell us in the next class, not today because it's already 11:15. I mean, not 11:15. India में अभी I guess 8:45 होने लगा होगा.
Ma'am, 8:46.
8:46. Yes. Thanks. For that.
8:46.
So we'll wrap it up here. Next class may, if possible, we'll start with. Oh, Prakshi, don't get upset. You told so many stories. This time around, it was fine. Next class, you tell us the first story, whichever you have read.
Ma'am, मैजिक फिंगर बुक कहाँ पर मिलेगी?
बेटा ऑनलाइन भी मिल सकती है, बट आई वुड सजेस्ट आप किसी लाइब्रेरी से रेंट पे ले लो.
Okay. Ma'am, then we will read more books by Roald Dahl like this one.
Yes, we'll cover this author because this is
Matilda.
yeah, Matilda is the longest one. Yeah, I'll put it on the group where you all are there. Maybe your mom and dad are there.
मैजिक फिंगर होल और वो वाली एक को रहा कोई इन्होंने बताया.
हाँ, वो मैं उस पे डाल दूंगी. नेक्स्ट टाइम आप लोग सब एक शॉर्ट स्टोरी प्रिपेयर करके रखना, whichever you have read. हाँ, अब प्रिपेयर करके रखना से ये मतलब है आप उसे इंग्लिश में सुनाओ, हिंदी में सुनाओ, किसी में भी जो आपको पसंद हो, बट सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए. प्रॉपर वर्ड्स मिक्स नहीं होना चाहिए कि हिंदी में इंग्लिश के या इंग्लिश में हिंदी के वर्ड्स हो. इफ यू आर टेलिंग इट इन हिंदी, इट शुड बी इन प्रॉपर हिंदी, अनलेस देयर आर सम टेक्निकल वर्ड्स जो कि हम इंग्लिश के यूज कर सकते हैं. अच्छी वोकैबुलरी में होना चाहिए, भाषा अच्छी होनी चाहिए, मुहावरों का अगर आप प्रयोग करो तो और अच्छा है. और जरूरी नहीं है कि उसमें कोई मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी हो. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट टाइम या लेट्स डू दिस. Each one of you, we have around 7-8 participants, including Aditya. Aditya, we'll try and start Rich Dad and Poor Dad as you had suggested in the next class. हम उसमें 10 मिनट Rich Dad Poor Dad के लिए रख लेंगे, 10-15 मिनट, एंड बचे हुए 20 मिनट में हर एक को अपनी स्टोरी पढ़ी हुई बतानी है. टाइम लिमिट रहेगा 2 to 5 minutes, not exceeding that. You cannot go on and on and on. Your story should start and end within 5 to 6 minutes. All right?
Ma'am, there is one last word invented by Roald Dahl. That's what blogger.
Sorry?
Ma'am, it's here.
One last word invented by Roald Dahl. Boot Bogler, yes. Many such words he has, you can say, invented or coined. If you read Big Friendly Giant, उसमें तो बहुत सारे ऐसे words हैं, बहुत ही amazing words हैं, मजा आ जाता है उन्हें पढ़ के. So we will move on to that, though those are thickish novels. First we'll go for smaller novels. Once we develop practice, we can go to bigger novels, जो ज्यादा बड़ी है पढ़ने में, 200 pages तक की हैं, 250 pages हैं, उन पे भी हम आ जाएंगे. All right? So next class का target सबको पता है. You just do not have to read any story. Whatever you read is your choice. उसको सुनाना आप में अच्छे से है. Meaning आपको एक हफ्ते तक, in another 7 days, you have to try on your speaking skills. वो story खूबसूरती से सुनानी है. आपको उसकी practice करनी पड़ेगी. It is not just that okay, I read one story and I'll tell whatever comes to my mind. No, take it seriously. Stand in front of a mirror. and tell that story. जोर से बोल के आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी है, so that आपको भी सुनाई देगा कि मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ. Am I making sense? स्पेशली जो दूसरे, उन्हें तो नहीं पता है वो स्टोरी में क्या हो रहा है, तो क्या मैं अच्छे से बोल पा रही हूँ, क्या मैं उसे इतना डिस्क्रिप्शन दे पा रही हूँ, so that my listeners are able to visualize what is happening in the story. If that is happening, yes, you are doing great. If that is not happening, meaning कहीं ना कहीं कुछ चेंज करना है हमें. Give me a thumbs up if you all got it. All right, great. So you'll be ready with your stories for the next meeting, right? ओके प्राक्षी, मैं सबसे पहले आपकी स्टोरी सुनूंगी, लेकिन आपको 6 मिनट में वो स्टोरी सुनानी रहेगी. यू कैन नॉट टेक 20 मिनट्स. ओके, 6 मिनट में मैं बजर बजा दूंगी. ओके, बिकॉज others have also to share, so it should be very short, concise, at the same time very vivid. अच्छा डिस्क्रिप्शन होना चाहिए उसका. आप जो चित्रण करेंगे, उसका जो वृतांत आप सुनाएंगे, वो बहुत जीवंत होना चाहिए. तो प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी, पढ़ के नहीं सुनाना है कोई भी स्टोरी. ओके, प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी बोलने की. वो हिंदी में करो, इंग्लिश में करो, जिस लैंग्वेज में करो, मतलब दोनों में से एक ही, क्योंकि मुझे तीसरी लैंग्वेज समझ नहीं आती. आप फ्रेंच में स्टोरी सुनाओगे तो आई मे नॉट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. आपको बोलने की प्रैक्टिस करनी है, इन फ्रंट ऑफ अ मिरर जोर से बोलना है और देखना है कि आप कहाँ इम्प्रूवमेंट ला सकते हो. खुद से करना ही ना. ऑलराइट, आर वी ऑल गुड? सो वी कॉल इट अ डे नाउ. ओके, कॉल इट अ डे मतलब अब हम रैप अप कर लें. ओके,
Okay.
call it a day means so we are wrapping it up, we are calling it a day, meaning अब हम बंद करते हैं. Okay, that's a phrase. You can also use. Okay,
दीदी आप मेरी मैम की जैसी हो.
sorry.
आप मेरे मैम की जैसी हो.
अच्छा. Thank you. All right, bye bye.
बाय मैम.
Bye bye. Have a nice
Next time सबने स्टोरी बोलनी है, मैं सुनूंगी खाली. आज मैंने बोला है, सबने सुना है. Okay, bye bye. Bye प्राक्षी.
bye, ma'am.
Bye आदित्य.